Hey, what's up everyone, Same Time Gaming here. Welcome back to the Division 2 build video. Well guys, the build which I have for you guys today, I mean, it's absolutely hilarious, honestly, the way how this thing is working. It's a really nice crit build, but I don't know why I didn't make this build like earlier, like in TU10. Or like TU10.1, something like that. I went so close in making this build, but I end up making an SMG build. I'm pretty sure you guys who have watched it probably remember this, that I have a chatterbox like Striker SMG, which was doing like crazy damage because of the RPM. Was hitting like 1600 RPM on that chatterbox, and it was just going brrr, like that, and it was just awesome. So I don't know why I didn't have this thing on my mind. Like my friends used to like meme about the Bullet King most of the times. It's like Bullet King for the win, Bullet King for the win, like that. You know, they always used to say that. I was like, I don't really get that. Then one of my friend told me that, you know, the new players most of the time they actually look for Bullet King. So once they get a hand on the Bullet King, they feel like since the Bullet King doesn't need to reload, they think that it can kill literally anything, and they just can constantly fire this weapon and they can just win basically. So that was kind of a thing they used to do, and you know, make fun. I mean, which I'm pretty sure it's a bit harsh, but still they used to do that. So they say like Bullet King for the win, but I would say it's kind of true. Like it is Bullet King for the win, which I'm actually going to show you guys, because I'm so shocked at how good this thing is working. Like most people using different type of crit builds and new builds and stuff like that, new brand set, gear set and all that, but I'm actually sticking with something old and something which not many people use it, which is the Striker gear set. I've not seen many people actually use that. They go for either like high ends like Providence and all that, crit range, crit build, you know, damage to armor from Contractor and all that. They use that, but I haven't seen many people use like Striker. I mean, why not use Striker? It's actually super good if you know what you're doing, honestly. So this build is definitely for new players. I mean, Bullet King for the win, yeah. So you could actually use it. Of course, you need a Bullet King for that, I know. But then it's really good for the veteran players if you want to give it a try. And also do let me know in the comments if you have used something similar to this. So, I mean, you can literally see on the clip, which I'm showing you, like the rogue agents just literally got melted. Like, what? Seriously, I have no idea how that happened. Like, I had a tank guy in front of the rogue agents who's tanking them, basically, not doing anything but tanking. And then I had this Eclipse Protocol guy who was using the fire starter before, but when we had this notification of like rogue agents nearby or something like that, you know, rogue agents coming, what Isaac says, you know, when you encounter a rogue. So he swapped his fire starter to the riot form, and then he just riot formed the rogue agents, and I was just standing there and I'm just spamming my Bullet King, and it's just literally melted every single rogue agents. I mean, seriously, this is awesome. Now the question came on my mind, like probably you're gonna question me that same thing as well, that since my Bullet King is not critting that high, like I'm not reaching those, you know, 700k 800k crit on the body. I'm just doing like 400k to 420 50ks on the body, which is not like a crazy critical damage numbers, I know, but the reason why I'm doing so much damage to these NPCs, elites, you know, red NPCs, doesn't matter who they are. I mean, you literally saw the rogue agents, right? So the reason why I'm doing so much damage is because the Bullet King doesn't need to reload. So it's got constant DPS coming at it. I mean, for example, if you have an assault rifle that is critting for quite high, but then you have to reload that assault rifle for like 2 seconds. You have a like 2-second reload time. You're losing that 2 seconds and you're not doing the damage at that 2 seconds, but I'm actually doing the damage. So the 2 seconds you missed while reloading, I didn't. So that's how I'm getting that damage. Plus, I'm using Striker, like 3-piece Striker. So that's actually increasing my RPM of my Bullet King. So I'm putting on more bullets in short amount of time since my RPM is high. So that's actually one of the reasons I'm doing so much damage. And if you take a look at these targets, you're probably going to say, hey, yeah, there are other guys who are actually doing the damage as well. Yes, no, there's no excuse on that. Yes, they are also doing damage. But then if you see, if I just point any of the targets, if I'm looking something else, if I just point to the target and I try shoot, you see the health bar of the NPCs just literally melt. It's just going down. It's because of the Bullet King putting on so much damage in like, you know, high RPM and the constant DPS without reloading. So it's really awesome. So I'm going to show you my build here. So this is my build right now, as you can see, three-piece striker, which I told you, not many people use it nowadays. Unfortunately, that's too bad. Striker is a good old striker. Since Division One, striker was the OP gear set. We all know. But so I'm just giving it some love again. I actually made like with this, I would say I made like 4 striker build on this channel. So if you want to check out, you can go check out the previous builds. Those are pretty solid as well. But this one, I think it's hilarious. That's all I can say. So I got the gunner specialization because of a 10% armor on kill. Plus, it's a very like LMG friendly specialization. So if you don't have a Bullet King, you have something else like the Poor Man Bullet King, for example, the what is it called, the Stoner LMG or whatever. Yeah, so you can actually use that. But I highly recommend using a Bullet King because unlimited ammo basically. So yeah, so that's what I have. Bullet King here. I mean, 978 RPM, so it's just like going crazy. Now the secondary, I have a foul here, which is pretty high damage, like assault rifle. Just the secondary, not really use this most of the time. Like I use it Bullet King all the time. I don't really have to swap it to a foul, honestly. So just have it as a secondary. You can have anything else if you want to. Now 3-piece striker, which I told you. So 2-piece gives me that 15% weapon handling, which I don't really need too much because if I'm using something else than a Bullet King, then weapon handling is useful for me because that 15% weapon handling, it will give me 15% of reload speed, which I don't really need on the Bullet King because it's unlimited ammo. But then again, I will get that 15% accuracy and stability from that 15% weapon handling, which is kind of useful, I guess. And then we have this beautiful three-piece talent or like bonus, which is 15% rate of fire, and that's just insane. And I have weapon damage and crit damage mod on the mask. On the gloves, I have weapon damage, crit damage, and on the knee pads, I have weapon damage, crit chance. Because at the end of the day, to crit, you need crit chance a lot. So yeah, I think it's very balanced right now, the amount of crit chance and crit damage I have, and it's working really good. Now remember, you're always gonna need one piece of Sheshka because Sheshka gives you that 10% crit chance. With the LMG, you're not gonna get, especially with the Bullet King where you can't put any mods in it, and it doesn't have like too much crit chance. You only have like 5% crit chance on the muzzle, and that's it. So you don't have anything to mod, like modify there, like add crit chance there. So Sheshka is always useful, and you can see I have vigilance here. Now, if you want, you can use composure instead of vigilance. If you don't want to run vigilance, you can use composure because most of the time I am in cover and I'm shooting them. But sometimes I do like end up face tanking the NPCs. So yeah, vigilance kind of handy. I mean, you can use any talent you want. I mean, it's totally up to you. But I'm sticking with good old vigilance. Now for the chest piece, I went for the Petrov because of course it's an LMG, so 10% LMG damage from there, and the obliterate talent. I mean, it's an automatic firing weapon. Obliterate's always gonna be crazy on this because you're always going to crit, you're always going to get that 25% damage from obliterate. So yeah, definitely got to run this one. Now for the holster, I have the Grupo Sombra because of that 15% crit damage. Now if you want to make this build on assault rifle variant, all you got to do is change the Petrov chest piece to like a Fenris one, like I have in here. You have that 10% assault rifle damage from the Fenris, and you can run obliterate like this. So you can use that. But I think I'm gonna stick with the LMG. Is just so much fun. Now let me show you my crit here. As you can see, I have 53.7% crit chance, which is fairly good for a Bullet King, which doesn't have much crit chance built into it. And I have 152.9% critical hit damage. And yeah, that's basically the damage here. It's not that impressive to see, but when I'm actually using this weapon and hitting those targets, and you saw that it's just melting through those guys. It's just insane how beautiful this build is actually working. So I don't know, I'm really out of words. So I do use a drone, the striker drone, just for a little bit of distraction. And the hive, of course, hive is important, I guess. I mean, you will die. Is nothing like I can tell you that, hey, this is like a good survivability build or anything. No, you will die. No matter what build you use, you do end up dying once or twice at least. So there is nothing wrong with that. Just, if you're new to the game, just try and make this build and see how it goes for you. I would say it's gonna be really nice. Just stay behind. Don't really try to face tank like I was doing in the clips, because having so much fun. I was enjoying it. So I was actually face tanking these guys. But I played all those crazy missions. The Riker missions, even the Wall Street, and Riker has those extra health bar, like the green bar on him. But I still melted through them, so it was pretty fun. I played in a group. I don't know how it's gonna work on solo, honestly. I didn't give it a try on solo. I just used it in a group, and it was really fun. And when I just kill those rogue agents, guys, I just completely like I'm in love with this build right now. This is my go-to like favorite Honestly, this is my favorite build right now. I'm just so much having fun with this. So it's not a new build. It is an old build. The gears I've used, it is old. Nothing new on this. Striker, Petrov, Contractor, Sheshka, Bullet King. This is old, but putting this through and actually seeing how much damage it can do, it's really impressive, and I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's all about the build. So let me know in your thoughts and how you feel about this, and if you have ever used something like this. And yeah, that's basically it for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.